is love, or where love is, there God also. And I was thinking about that. If I want to fill my home with love and that wonderful, joyful, peaceful feeling, then I need to love everything in my house. And if there are things in my house that I don't love, that don't bring me joy, I do need to get rid of them. Interesting thought. Because, of course, I have too many things in my house that I love, probably. But there's some things that I probably don't love. That was one thought. And the thought was, choose right now to smile. Breathe deep and sigh. You can feel joy. You know, I was thinking about our life here on earth and about Heavenly Father, and I have, like, we're in the dollhouse, and this is the dollhouse, all of it, and he's up there and he places all these cool things in here. He places the right priced car in the right spot where we'll find it, and he places certain wires to stop for a phone call. So what I was saying, I have this most wonderful moat, and the flowers I planted, remember last year I planted all these areas with different pitches of flowers? Most of them didn't work. The grass was very hardy. Oh, yesterday I saw a video. It was called Flax to Linen. And these women that are so cool, they're chubby and they've got white hair and they're just like me. And I'm not as be as you be, but anyway, that's who I used to be. And they a garden bed, and then they planted flax in it, and they harvested their flax, and they wove it into linen. And I just thought that was so cool. I think I need to spin some of my wool. I think that I have a lot of wool, and I should put my spinning wheel beside it and just put it from right there. But then you have to sit in position to do it. I'm going to be meeting my grandson. My granddaughter, she's going to go over to Charlotte's today, and my husband is coming with me. But my husband is pretty focused on his devices, I think. He's glad that I'm going to be there. I'm so glad I'm going to be there. Willem is at the camp doing the camp stuff. He's so much more capable than me. He's got muscles, and he's, you know, he can lift the weeds at the beach. That's no problem. And he can bend the extra 6 inches every time to pick up the goose poop without hurting his back. Actually, he figured out a way to do it. Hey, you know what I saw this morning on the wires? There was a broad-winged hawk. It's quite a big hawk, not as big as a red-tailed hawk, and a lot of white and gray on his chest, speckled, I think. And he gives this like that. But on my app, it shows up as other ones, and get that app, BirdNet. If you have on your phone for it, it's an awesome app. It's free, and you just record, and it listens. When it hears a song, a bird song, it makes marks, and then you see that area and click analyze, and it tells you what bird it was. And sometimes there's birds you would never have thought of. Like, I had no idea that was a broad-winged hawk. I would have always thought it was just a tailed hawk, but they say keer, and a red-shouldered hawk, which is kind of rare, but we have one in the forest next door. It says keer. And meanwhile, a crow says caw. So there's caw, keer, and keer. And this one just says, I don't know what the mnemonics on it are. How do you say mnemonics? M-N-E-M-O-N-I-C-S. Mnemonics. Which is it means the way it sounds, I think. I see so many wonderful grasses that are so tall and flat tails. These ladies that planted flax and harvested and made linen, I think that's so awesome. Now, of course, you want what I want to do. I have lots of flaxseed, and I was thinking it needs 90 days. But I don't have 90 days. It's August 1st, so August, September, all of August, all of October. So I don't know. Well, it is warmer now than it used to be. I don't know. I went on Facebook the other day, and everybody is talking about their harvest, all these things they're harvesting, and I thought, oh dear, we didn't plant a garden. Willem planted some. I'm going to take care of his garden. I'm going to see what I can find out there and eat the weeds. There's a YouTube station called Eat the Weeds. That's a good channel. And there's also another one about mushrooms. I forget what his is. But he's in western Pennsylvania. But the Eat the Weeds guy, he'll show you a weed, a plant, and then he'll tell you how to prepare it and what it's good for. I went by to visit my friend Pamela, and she's the one I went kayaking with in the village a few years ago. Now she's moved, and I just went to her, and yay, she's got a new address. She wrote me back where she is. Yay, yay, yay. So my car is messy. It's got a lot of plant materials in it. Last time when I drove my grandson around, he was quite, there was a bug. It was a beetle of some sort. And he was really upset. So upset. So I want to wash the car and vacuum it before I pick him up, because I don't want him to be too stressed. But maybe I don't have time. I'm going to get a watch. I need a new watch. So I'm going to get a watch, and then I won't have time enough to do it, I think. So maybe I'll do it when the kids are with me. That's not that great, because then they have to move out of the way. It's difficult with those children because they have their own agenda, and they don't like it if you come up with things that are not on their agenda. But we have to drive past it to get to Scarlett's. I'm glad to find that there is a car wash in town, because the other car wash here is no longer here. See? I wonder if the dollar store has watches. If the dollar store has a watch, that would be much cheaper. Much simpler. But I don't think so. I'm going to just get one here at Canadian Tire. I hope the price of these hasn't doubled. Sometimes they do that with prices, you know. They just double them. I'm going to do that. So I guess I'm going to say goodbye. Unless you want to come with me. Do you want to come with me? I guess you could if you like.